Teacher, I feel stuck. No matter how much I try, it feels like I'm standing in the same place. Like there's a mountain in front of me, too high to climb.
The mountain you're talking about, it's not outside you. It's inside you.
Inside me? How can I be my own mountain?
Because the fears you run from, the habits that hold you back, the doubts that whisper, you can't. They're the rocks that make up your mountain.
So, if I want to move forward, I have to climb through myself?
Exactly. Brianna Wiest says it best, your new life is going to cost you your old one. And that's where your journey begins. Let me tell you about a girl named Aisha. She dreamed of opening her own bakery. But every time she thought of it, a voice inside whispered, "You'll fail. You're not ready." So she stayed in her 9-to-5 job, baking only on weekends. Watching others live the dream she was too afraid to chase.
That sounds like me, always waiting for the right time.
Exactly. One day, Aisha realized the right time never comes. So she started small, baking cupcakes for friends. Then orders grew. And within a year, her bakery became the most loved in her city.
So her mountain was fear, and she climbed it?
Yes. She didn't conquer fear by fighting it. She climbed through it, one small brave step at a time.
Teacher, why do I sometimes stop myself from doing what I really want? It's like I say I want success, but then I find excuses.
That's called self-sabotage. Brianna says, we fear change more than we fear staying the same. Let me tell you about Rohan, a young engineer. Every Monday he said, I'll start the gym. By Thursday, he'd say, I'm tired. He wasn't lazy, he was scared. Scared he'd fail again.
So his comfort zone became his cage.
Exactly. One morning, he looked in the mirror and said, I've been waiting for motivation. But maybe I need to create it. He started small. Day by day, the gym became his habit. Months later, not only did he change his body, he changed his identity.
So the lesson is, stop waiting to feel ready. Start even when you're scared.
Beautifully said.
Sometimes I get angry or sad, and I don't even know why.
That's normal. But emotional intelligence is about asking, what is this feeling trying to teach me? There was a student named Maya. She failed her exam and blamed everyone, her teacher, her friends, even luck. But later she realized, she was angry at herself for not giving her best.
So the anger wasn't the problem, not understanding it was.
Exactly. Once Maya understood her emotions, she took control. Next semester, she studied smarter, and topped her class. That's emotional power. When you don't hide your feelings, you heal through them.
Teacher, why does growth always hurt?
Because every time you grow, your old self must die. Brianna writes, the discomfort you feel is your old self leaving your body. Let me tell you about Arjun, a boy who dreamed of being a speaker. At his first event, he forgot his words. People laughed. He felt broken. But instead of quitting, he practiced every single day. He spoke to mirrors, recorded videos, improved his voice. Years later, he spoke in front of 10,000 people. And after his speech, one person said, "Your story saved my life."
Wow, so every failure was part of his transformation.
Yes. Pain isn't punishment. It's preparation.
Sometimes I feel like I'm healing, then one day, I fall apart again.
That's part of it. Healing isn't linear. It's messy. Brianna says, you're not falling apart. You're falling into place. There was a woman named Nina. After a painful breakup, she felt lost. But slowly, she began to rebuild, journaling, painting, walking alone. One day, she realized she hadn't cried in weeks. She wasn't completely healed, but she was becoming whole again.
So healing isn't about forgetting the pain. It's about learning to live with peace again.
Exactly. Healing means you love yourself enough to start again. Now tell me, what have you learned about your mountain?
That it was never the world, or people, or luck. It was me, my fears, my habits, my past.
Beautiful. You see, every time you climb through fear, you rise into a better version of yourself. Picture yourself standing at the base of a huge mountain. You're tired. You doubt your strength. But you take one small step, then another. One day, you look back, and realize you've already climbed halfway. That's what life is. That's who you are. The mountain you are climbing is you. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. Your new life will cost you your old one. Healing means loving yourself through the process.
Teacher, do you think I can really climb my mountain?
You already have. Every time you wake up and try again, you climb. Every time you forgive yourself, you climb. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you rise. So climb anyway. Because at the top of that mountain, you'll meet the person you were always meant to be.
Then I'll keep climbing,